Thanks for joining us, viewers, on Times Now. Let's start with the showdown between centre and state. The arrest of Ankit Tiwari, an ED official by the Tamil Nadu Directorate of Vigilance and Anti-Corruption, has triggered a political war of words. The officer was arrested on allegations of taking a bribe of 20 lakh from a government employee and has been sent to judicial custody until December 15th. After the arrest, searches were conducted at ED's Madurai office and the FIR was filed in the case, and it stated that Tiwari revealed a bribe plot of 3 crores. DMK justified the arrest and said that it is not motivated by revenge politics and that it considers the ED to be an extortion department. Listen in to DMK's Kanimoi.
ஒன்றிய அரசாங்கம் போல பிஜேபி போல யார் மீதும் பழிவாங்குவதற்காக எடுக்கப்பட்ட நடவடிக்கை இல்லை. நீதியை நியாயத்தை நிலைநாட்டுவதற்காக எடுக்கப்பட்ட நடவடிக்கை. அதனால யாரையும் மிரட்டுறதுக்காக பண்ணிட்டு பாதியில விட வேண்டிய அவசியம் இல்லை. அவங்களுடைய இயக்கத்தின் மீது பிஜேபி மீது சிஏஜி வைத்திருக்கக்கூடிய ரிப்போர்ட்ல சொல்லப்பட்டிருக்கக்கூடிய பல்வேறு குற்றச்சாட்டுகளுக்கு இதுவரைக்கும் எந்த பதிலும் கிடையாது. அதுக்கு முதல்ல பதில் சொல்ல.
Let's open this up. Neha Hebale will be joining us shortly. Bhavtosh Singh is now joining us live. Bhavtosh, any word from the central agency on this?
Pranesh, not yet, but since yesterday the ED has said that they will be issuing an official statement, but so far no statement has been issued by the Enforcement Directorate. But embarrassing situation for an agency that have been in fact carrying out money laundering probe in fact in many opposition states and also against many opposition leaders. This is not the first time that an ED officer has been arrested. Last month Rajasthan's ACB arrested an enforcement officer akin to an inspector while taking a bribe. And remember, also in the alleged excise scam, CBI had registered a case against another assistant director who was accused of taking a bribe up to 5 crore rupees. So it's a situation where several enforcement directorate officers have been under the scanner of various agencies in Rajasthan. ACB had booked them in a case of corruption. CBI itself had booked an assistant director on a complaint that was given by the Enforcement Directorate. And yesterday we all witnessed the high drama that happened in Tamil Nadu when ED offices and their premises in Madurai were searched by the Directorate of Vigilance and Anti-Corruption by the of the Tamil Nadu. And then there were reports that DVAC could carry out searches in Chennai. Now, Chennai Office of Enforcement Directorate had been carrying out probe against several DMK leaders, including against Senthil Balaji, also against office ministers linked to the sand mining and quarry probe. ED so far has not issued a statement, but sources within ED had said, yes, our officer was involved in an alleged corruption case, but for anti-corruption officers to go inside the office of ED and carry out searches is a vindictive move. But fact remains that an officer has been caught red-handed taking a bribe up to 20 lakh rupees. Is a
right. We'll also talk about, apart from probe, the political face-off which is brewing. Bhavto, just stay with us. Neha also live with us. But here's what the AIDMK, the DMK has said on the arrest. You have Mr. Relangovan saying that ED is extortion department and that he is not surprised by this crackdown.
See, the Enforcement Directorate has become a mockery in this country because of misuse of their powers. When the government of India misuses their power, when they find that there is nothing, no case, but under pressure they are doing it, they will get money and try to escape. See, any government official, any department should be used properly. If at all there is a raid in the ED office, the union government is responsible for that because they have given undue pressure to the ED and misused ED for political mileage. That is the reason.
This is what the DMK is saying. Breaking inputs as we speak. First reaction from the BJP. Annamalai has lashed out at the DMK and has said that there is an attempt by not just DMK but also India parties across states to muzzle central agencies like the ED and the CBI.
அதாவது அமலாக்கத்துறையில் வந்து நேற்று ஒரு அதிகாரி டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் ஆஃப் விஜிலன்ஸ் அண்ட் ஆன்டி கரப்ஷன் DVAC அவர்களுடைய ட்ராப்பில் வந்து ஒரு அதிகாரி வந்து நேற்று மாட்டியிருக்கிறாங்க, கைது செய்யப்பட்டிருக்கிறார்கள். அதன் பிறகு நீதிமன்றம் வந்து கோர்ட் கஸ்டடி கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. இது முதல் கிடையாது, இது கடைசியாக இருக்க போவதும் இல்லை. காரணம், அமலாக்கத்துறை, CBI இது போன்ற ஸ்பெஷலைஸ்ட் ஏஜென்சிஸில் இதற்கு முன்பும் நிறைய பேர் பிடிபட்டிருக்கிறாங்க, அரெஸ்ட் ஆகிருக்கிறாங்க. ராஜஸ்தானில், வெஸ்ட் பெங்காலில், டெல்லியில், வேறு இடத்துல. சமீபத்தில் அரெஸ்ட் ஆனது ராஜஸ்தானில் இருக்கக்கூடிய ACB. இதே போல் அங்கே ACB இருக்கிறாங்க, நம்ம ஊரில் DVAC இருக்கிற மாதிரி. காரணம், மனிதர்கள் எல்லா இடத்துலையும் இருக்கிறாங்க, மனிதர்கள் தவறு செய்கின்றார்கள். ஒரு மனிதன் தவறு செய்வதற்காக ஒரு முழு அமலாக்கத்துறை, ஒரு EDA வந்து மோசம் அப்படின்னு சொல்ல முடியாது. அதே போல் தமிழக காவல்துறையில் யாரோ ஒருத்தர் தவறு செய்வதற்காக தமிழக காவல்துறையை மோசம்னு சொல்ல முடியாது. இது மனிதனுடைய வாழ்க்கை மாதிரி தான். ஆனால் நேற்று அமலாக்கத்துறையில் யார் தவறு செய்திருக்கின்றார்களோ நிச்சயமாக சட்டப்படி கடுமையான நடவடிக்கை எடுக்கணும். அதில் வந்து எந்தவித மாற்று கருத்தும் இல்லை. அதுவும் குறிப்பாக அமலாக்கத்துறை என்பதால் இன்னும் நடவடிக்கை கடுமையாக இருக்க வேண்டும். அதில் இன்னும் என்ற மாற்று கருத்தும் இல்லைங்கண்ணா. தமிழக காவல்துறை வந்து இதை வந்து ப்ரொஃபஷ்னலாக அணுகணும். எல்லா காவல்துறையுமே ரொம்ப ப்ரொஃபஷ்னலாக பணம் கேட்டிருக்காங்க, யாரோ ஒருத்தர் ஒரு இன்ஸ்டால்மெண்ட் கொடுத்துருக்குறாங்க. திண்டுக்கல்லில் யாரோ ஒரு தொழிலதிபர் இரண்டாவது முறை கொடுக்க போய் ட்ராப் பண்ணி பிடிச்சிருக்காங்க. ரொம்ப ப்ரொஃபஷ்னலாக அப்ரோச் பண்ண வேண்டிய ஒரு சப்ஜெக்ட் இது. DVACக்கு அதிகாரம் இருக்குது, இந்த மாதிரி ட்ராப் பண்ணி பிடிக்கிறதுக்கான முழு அதிகாரம் அவங்களுக்கு இருக்குது. அவங்க மேனுவல் அது சொல்லுது. அதன் பிறகு அவங்க இன்டிமேட் பண்ணிக்கலாம்.
Reactions coming in. Dayanadi Maran has tweeted, he says the Directorate of Vigilance and Anti-Corruption Police Tamil Nadu have arrested an ED officer for demanding and accepting a bribe of 20 lakh in Dindigul. This shatters the faith citizens have in public institutions, making one wonder if ED stands for Extortion Department or Enforcement Directorate after being systematically misused by the BJP to brazenly terrorize and extort political opponents and critics across the country. That's the tweet. Meenakshi has that tweet. Yes, Meenakshi, quickly.
Well, yes, Pranesh, very quickly, without much ado, let's take our viewers through the tweet, and I'm going to just read it verbatim. The Director of Vigilance and Anti-Corruption Police, Tamil Nadu, have arrested an ED officer for demanding and accepting a price of 20 lakh in Dindigul. This shatters the faith citizens have in public institution, making one wonder if ED stands quote-unquote for Extortion Department or the Enforcement Directorate after being systematically misused by the BJP government. So that's the allegation coming in from the side of Dayanadi Maran after the arrest of the ED officer. As far as the BJP is concerned, of course, they are calling it nothing but
Thanks,
mere
Meenakshi. Neha, what do you make of this war of words? Because this is not the first time. It happened in West Bengal. You had the state police taking on the CBI on multiple occasions. Then it happened in Rajasthan. ED officer was arrested by the Congress government. And now it's happening in Tamil Nadu. Let's open this up. Yes, joining us, Anurag Naidu, author, political analyst, Harish Mohammad Ibrahim, political analyst, and George Kurian completes the panel. Gentlemen, good evening. Now, Anurag Naidu, the DMK says that this is not witch hunt. The central agencies are misused. We are only doing what is required as per law, following the due process.
Well, thank you for having me on the show, Pranesh. And I think DVAC is well within their purview to act on any of the complaints or any of the information that they receive on anyone, particularly in the jurisdiction of Tamil Nadu, which people have no problem with. The problem lies here is, one gentleman, I don't know at what level, at what designation, what is his modus operandi, what is the local standard, what kind of an influencing position he's in. So without getting into the particulars, just you go and nab somebody and try to make a general sweeping remark telling the entire ED is like as an extortion department and trying to, what is it doing, Pranesh? It is an opportunity that perhaps you have to detail down and dig into this investigation on what is the intention of the state government. Looks like there is a pressure technique, there are pressure tactics that they want to use, particularly when they feel that, okay, the election's around the corner. And let's not forget, let's be very honest, DMK has had its own problems with ED, even when their alliance government, UPA, was in power. So when they were a part of very key constituent of the UPA, they were still under the scanner of ED. There were still cases from the ED. So ED is not new to the DMK and some of its leaders. You can take names of Kanimori, you can take A. Raja. They were all under this radar and they've had to go through all these procedures of ED. And now now they found out something. We don't know at what level and what kind of a magnitude, what is the reality here without getting into the details. But it clearly looks out the movement which Danny Dimar and other people have come out answering. They are the political families of DMK, not the personal family. It clearly says that they want to politicize the issue. So the key underlining statement here is, let's politicize. It's time to give back the pressure and not get into this entire.
Okay, so this is politically motivated. Harish Mohammad Ibrahim, answer that.
No. First of all, as he said, the DVAC has its own jurisdictions, and there is a boundary to act upon wherever the bribe is happening inside its constituency. And now, when it comes to the extortion department remark, what extortion is not only which is meaning of where the kickbacks should be on a money, but what the ED department has been under the BJP ruling government does state after state is to make sure to give a pressure, extreme pressure to the political opponents to create an animosity among them and to poach MLAs, poach MPs from different parties and dissect the party. These also counts as an extortion. So extortion shouldn't be only the money aspect alone. What BJP has done to this department, independent bodies, not only with the ED, with the CBI, with the jurisdiction as well, with the Justice Department as well, they have done all kind of the malpractices, and which led to all these officers to be a loose cannon and want to make sure to take their own yardstick and do whatever the irregularities they can. So all these responsibilities lies with the BJP government, and as a commerce minister, Minister of Finance, Madam Nirmala Sitharaman should step down for this kind of irregularities which is happening under her nose. That is what my first remark is all about.
Mr. Kurian, this is not the first time that you have this state versus central agency. Does this undermine the anti-corruption crackdown?
Well, Pranesh, to begin with, let me make it clear to your audience that this shouldn't be looked as a state agency versus the central agency. The state agency here, under the leadership of DMK and the Congress Alliance in power in the state, is only doing its duty, truthful duty, with respect to the information that they have received.
Mr. Kurian, look, I am not making it state versus central agency. Leaders of Team India, did you hear what Mr. Elangovan is saying? Even if you have one officer, although this is, still under probe, even if you have one rogue officer, does that make the agency, useless?
Well, Pranesh, I don't want to, malign the image of enforcement director out here. I don't.
I'm glad, Mr. Kurian, I welcome that stand. If you don't want to malign, 1 minute, Mr. Kurian. If you don't want to malign, then take a principled stand, condemn the comments made by Mr. Elangovan. And there are others also in opposition. You have Mr. Maran with his tweet who says ED's extortion directorate. You have the likes of Mr. Karthi Chidambaram echoing the same line.
Well, as I said, I don't second the statement that has come from Kanumui or the other DMK leader out here, labeling out Enforcement Directorate as the extortion department, which is not the case. One of our officers who are corrupt and not doing their duty as per Constitution, the state agencies have all the right to get them arrested and get the interrogation under the judicial custody. So what I'm trying to say here is that there are so many BJP ruled states where we don't find any cases from the state agency and the central agency. They are working in alignment.
Okay.
So this shouldn't be looked as a political revenge kind of a thing which the people are looking at it.
Who are these people? These are people of India Alliance, Mr. Kurian. All very well for you to tell me. Maybe you can pick up the phone and speak to some of these people. Anurag Naidu, you have 20 seconds. We'll have to take a break.
I'll make it very quick. Pranesh, this is absolutely not state agency versus central agency. Let's not get carried away, because it is clearly DMK versus BJP, as both the gentlemen have portrayed very well. Why should we take names of a party? BJP, forget BJP or Congress. The gentleman took the name of the party several times. That itself says that it is a DMK versus BJP. So if you don't want to put politics inside and then you want to take it as a convenience or exercise of yourself, I think if it is an internal state agency versus central, they would very well write to the charge sheet file and the complaints file. So they have full authority to write.
Let's see how this unfolds, both probe and politics. I thank all of you, gentlemen, Anurag Naidu, Harish Ibrahim and George Kurian, for joining us on Times Now.